Most empires crumble from within, where personal failures are self-inflicted wounds. Guard yourself. It's within your control. That's the essence of leading a truly good life. Seneca deemed anger the most savage emotion, and he hit the mark. While it may seem alluring in movies, we all agree anger is a terrible look. Not just Stoics, positioned as leaders, navigated smartly through chaotic times. They resisted the tempting recipe for losing their cool, understanding it clashed with the very philosophical ideals they embraced. Guard your inner empire, where the truest strength lies in mastering oneself. Number 1. Realizing the harm in anger. Seneca, the smart Roman thinker, points out the crucial first step in dealing with anger: understanding it. He says, stop getting mad by constantly reminding yourself of all the bad things about anger and forming a sensible judgment. This means recognizing the problems that come with being angry. While Aristotle thinks anger might not always be bad, Seneca, who follows Stoic philosophy, strongly argues that there's no such thing as a good kind of anger. And according to the Stoics, who see humans as social creatures with reason, anger is called unreasonable and harmful to getting along in society, calling it unnatural. Seneca, going deep into this feeling, sees anger as a vice with very few exceptions. Main reasons for this view. First, anger makes people slaves to their emotions, making them prone to making bad mistakes. Second, it has an uncontrolled intensity, resisting efforts to slow it down. And third, it acts like a contagious force, spreading through communities like wildfire. In our exploration of Seneca's thoughts on anger, we uncover not just the understanding of its destructiveness, but also the Stoic idea that to live peacefully, one must rise above the unreasonable hold of anger and embrace a calmer way of life. Through these insights, we learn valuable lessons about the complex connection between reason, society, and our own emotional well-being. Number 2, recognize how problematic anger is. To get ready for a philosophical roller coaster. Aristotle's middle course verse Stoic straight talk. Aristotle's fan club swears by the middle ground, calling it the sweet spot of virtue, especially when it comes to anger. In this good temper, the virtuous compromise between too much anger and too little spirit. It's the tightrope act of being chill yet spirited. Now, cue the Stoics. No chill for anger here. According to them, there's no Goldilocks level of anger. But hold up. It's not a pass to be an injustice bystander. Stoics scream loud and clear. Injustice head-on sends the anger drama. Aristotle's balancing act versus Stoics straight shooters. Not just about finding the middle, it's navigating the virtue tightrope without sacrificing your spirit. Ready for the virtuous ride. Number 3, anger makes you a slave. Picture this, anger knocking, and suddenly we're chained, slaves to our own emotions. Seneca, the sage, spills the truth. In the anger zone, oopsie-daisy moments become our sidekicks. Ones will kick us. It's like wandering in a fog. Anger blurs the future, letting our rational selves hitch a ride while the subconscious takes the wheel. Onwards, that tempting shortcut, a quick thrill. But the plot twist, it steers us off course from our big dreams and ideals. Seneca paints a vivid scene of emotional chains where anger plays puppeteer, pulling the strings. It's not just about the instant satisfaction. It's about the lasting pride. Infraction. See anger as those clunky chains. Seneca's rally cry: break free, reclaim your rational self, swerve from the impulsive lane and take back the wheel. It's not just about the now. It's about charting a course for the future. Seneca's anthem. Don't let anger boss you around. Cut those chains and stride toward the freedom of clarity and self-control. Number 4. Anger cannot be slowed down. Get ready for reality. Check numero quattro. Seneca style. Anger's not a Sunday stroll. It's a supersonic ride. Seneca spills the beans. Anger's not your average emotion. It's more like a rocket launch, propelling you into its clutches faster than you can blink. Once the anger alarm rings, you're in its grip, no questions asked. Anger's like a reckless driver, zooming down a chaos-filled highway. Options, slim to none. In the anger zone, it's tunnel vision, destruction or bust. And guess what? Calmness is the last thing on anger's checklist. It thrives on the chaos it anger's wisdom echoes. Hunger's the unstoppable force, no brakes included. But here's the kicker. Spot the signs early, hit the brakes, and steer clear of the fury freeway. It's not about being calm in anger's storm. It's about becoming the master of derailment, sidestepping chaos like a boss. Unfasten your seatbelt. We're slamming the brakes on anger's joyride. Number 5. Anger's really. Seneca's truth bomb alert. Anger's the social spark plug, igniting chaos like a pro. Picture this. Anger's not just a mood, it's a contagious force, the influencer of mob-like behavior. Seneca spills the tea on anger's rock star status in group dynamics. It's the trendsetter, turning individuals into a united front of havoc. Imagine a furious flash mob synced up for chaos. Seneca's wake-up call. Anger is not a solo act. It's the maestro of collective fury. But here's the plot twist. To disrupt the rage routine, be the immunity to anger's contagion, and dance to your cool, collected beat. It's not about dodging the anger party. It's about being the DJ of your emotional playlist. Get ready to break free from the anger rally. Now that we know how destructive anger is, we need to lessen our attachment to this emotion. Pushing away from anger or disliking it is just a start, but we also need some end goal to move to. That goal, according to Stoic philosophy of life, is the attainment of tranquility, which is a state of peace and quiet. Number 6. Master your furor. Hold tight, because Seneca's wisdom is about to drop the mic. It's all about recognizing your anger triggers and taking charge. Seneca's golden rule. Treat anger like a sneaky sickness. Nip it in the bud, muzzle those emotions, and let mindfulness be your superhero cape. Feature this playbook includes being the Sherlock of your anger triggers. It's not just about the big triggers. It's dissecting the nitty-gritty thoughts that fuel the anger engine. Why does it matter? Because catching those fiery sparks early means you can extinguish them pronto. Talk triggers. Unfair treatment, a classic. Someone cutting in line or a boss serving up an unfair work review. Time pressure and frustrations ring a bell. Late for work, caught in traffic, or that annoying work dishonesty or disappointment hitting home. Partners cheating or that promised raise vanishes. Self-esteem under attack. Bad grades or rejection stinging a bit. Prejudice and discrimination. Racial or ethnic jabs or a disability twist. Brace yourself. It's not just about anticipating anger. It's about mastering the art of constructive expression. Seneca's lesson. The more you mind your anger, the better you become at hitting the brakes in the early anger stages. Ready to decode your anger triggers. Number 7. Just wait. Seneca's got the anger antidote, and it's as simple as hitting pause. Imagine this. Waiting, the superhero moves to let that initial anger spark fizzle out, like a fog lifting from your mind. But what? Because anger is the not-so-wise guide to happiness. It messes with your problem-solving mojo, turns you into a rash decision-making machine and puts your thinking on rigid autopilot. Here's the showdowns. Fear screams run, but anger shouts confront. It's the fuel for revenge missions and retaliation plots. Seneca's golden rule. When anger knocks, exit the scene or freeze your actions till tranquility wraps around you like a cozy blanket. Now, the real talk. Sit on it. Fight brewing, take a peace stroll. Need a reality check? Seek advice from the Zen guru, a calm, neutral third party. Still itching for angry actions when you're Zen? Go for it. But spoiler alert. Calmer vibes might make those actions less appealing. Number 8. Sonic serenity. Seneca, the emotion maestro, spills the secret to taming your temper. Art and music. Forget the heavy-duty studies if you're hot-tempered. Embrace the arts. In Seneca's world, reading poetry, getting lost in historical tales, and indulging in gentle and refined pursuits our minds soothe. Now, in our modern anger battleground, enter expressive therapy, the game changer for hotheads. Imagine this yelling, screaming, and pillow pounding as anger venting rituals. Those pillows, symbolic stand-ins for people from your past, carrying the baggage of unresolved anger. Expressive therapy. Creative arts therapy taps into the healing power of imagination and creative expression. The expressive therapy arsenal. We've got the big guns. Music therapy, art therapy, dance therapy, drama therapy, writing therapy. The art form can be your chill pill. Music, the universal heartstring plucker, can sway emotions, making you feel more alive, happier, or even a tad melancholic. Picture this. You play on the radio or your phone playlist. Instant relaxation vibes guarantee. Seneca's wisdom. Let the arts be your emotional rescue, a tranquil sanctuary in the chaos of anger. So, are you ready to paint your anger away or dance it out? Unleash the power of creativity and let the serenity set in the anger arena. Decisions made in the heat. Regret magnets. Seneca's remedy. Dive into calming activities. Read, meditate, take a stroll, or stretch it out. Bonus tip: waiting, counting to 10, or chanting your calming mantra. Relax, let it go, or take it easy. All power moves to soothe the anger storm. Remember, emotions are like fleeting visitors. Anger's no exception. Seneca's playbook. These strategies aren't just anger control tricks. They're your ticket to expressing feelings in a way that's a win-win. Ready to be the master of your chill? Number 9. See yourself as an offender. Seneca says, let us put ourselves in the position of the man who is making us angry. In point of fact, it is an unjustified estimate of our own worth that causes our anger, and an unwillingness to put up with treatment we would happily inflict on others. Trying to see yourself in others is a great exercise for how to deal with anger. When we get angry, we are typically outraged at the actions of others, but in all likelihood, we have acted just like them at some point in our lives. Ask yourself, how many times have I acted badly? Have I ever acted violently? Have I ever said mean things to someone I later regretted? Have I ever manipulated someone? As humans, we all share more similarities than differences. We have all acted in regrettable ways, and then realized later that our free will is not so free, but is in truth owned to a large degree by our passions. Number 10. Heal rather than punish. Seneca, the sage of serenity, whispers a profound truth: how much better it is to heal a wrong than to avenge one eye. In a world where vengeance dances with our instincts, Seneca's wisdom shines a light on a transformative path, one of healing over hurt. When anger's arrow is aimed our way, retaliation often beckons. It's a primal urge, ingrained in concepts like the prison system, designed to punish wrongdoers. Yet, as Seneca keenly observes, vengeance exacts a toll. Time wasted, injuries multiplied, and resentment lingering enter the paradox of prisons. Meant for reform, but often Seneca's beacon of enlightenment. Healing trumps revenge. Imagine a justice system not rooted in payback, but committed to moral metamorphosis, a notion echoed in progressive Scandinavian prisons. Here, the focus is on the offender's transformation and reintegration into society, aiming to break the cycle of offense. Apply this to personal vendettas, and Seneca's magic unfolds. Choosing discretion over wrath becomes an act of empowerment, morphing the victims into a healer, not a punisher. The revenge, with its angry undertones, stands in stark contrast to Seneca's vision, a world liberated from the shackles of anger, where healing reigns supreme. In the symphony of life, Seneca's timeless counsel resonates. Choose men who are honest, easygoing, and have self-control. The sort who will not arouse your anger and yet will tolerate it. And like a beacon through the ages, Seneca unveils a profound truth, echoed by modern research. Our companions shape our destinies, wielding the power to influence up to 95% of our success or failure. Anger, an insidious wildfire, demands our attention. Seneca, the ancient psychologist, urges us to curate our social spheres judiciously. For those prone to the tempest of anger, proximity to provocateurs can be perilous, and provokers, whether consciously or subconsciously, weave chaos into the fabric of our relationships. They might linger in friendships, lurk in professional realms, or even echo within family ties. Breaking free from such entanglements becomes a quest for tranquility, a pursuit of joy over misery. As Seneca guides, resist the siren call of curiosity. In the quest for a peaceful mind, the allure of uncovering secrets, be it whispered words or clandestinages, may prove tempting. Seneca's wisdom echoes. Let the echoes of joy surround you, not the turbulence of needless curiosity. In the grand tapestry of life, weave threads of contentment, for it is in serene connections that the symphony of a tranquil mind finds its crescendo. As we plunge into the crucible of Seneca's wisdom, the final refrain beckons us. All our senses should be trained to acquire strength. They are by nature capable of endurance, provided that the mind, which should be called daily to account for itself, does not persist in undermining the echoing corridors of self-reflection. Our senses become warriors, forged in the fires of endurance. The mind, the vigilant sentinel, stands at the gates, tasked with a daily reckoning. Seneca's words are a clarion call, a reminder that our very nature endows us with resilience. Yet, this birthright hinges on the mind's commitment to ceaselessly uplift rather than undermine. And the conclusion is not just an end, but a portal to self-mastery, a journey where each introspective gaze becomes a brushstroke painting the masterpiece of our character. Join us in this odyssey of strength, where the mind, relentless in accountability, becomes the architect of endurance.